What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. Okay, so I am still going to do my 5 biggest takeaways from the town hall, but this post, which actually came out after the town hall, was referenced so much. The team kept talking about things that would be coming up in this post, and that kind of took up spaces in the town hall, and I didn't want to talk about it in a town hall video and then talk about this post, which again came out after the town hall. So I figured I would dive into this post right away, and I'm on my second listen through of the town hall, and I'm going to try and catch some other things in there that I think would be interesting or of interest to you, hopefully. And so that's how it's going to go. So we're going to do this video first. Major updates here as they give us information on the ECR changes, SPS and DEC liquidity pools, and the governance voting. So those are the main 3 topics here. We're going to go through it. Again, I do not want to read this to you, so I'm going to try and paraphrase through my way while giving you my thoughts. So let's start with ECR, since this is the first thing here. This is coming this Thursday. So we're getting a bunch of changes this Thursday. We already have the focus changes, which will be coming in. And now there is also going to be an ECR formula update. So that is planned for maintenance this in a couple of days. So going forward, here's the big thing, right? Going forward, if you play the game and your ECR stays above 50%, you won't notice a thing. But if your ECR goes below 50%, then at that point, each game you play will not reduce your ECR by 1%, but it'll reduce it by 5%. And this is a way in which the team is trying to disincentivize or it's really not just bots, it's anybody who plays like hundreds of battles per day. So since there's not going to be any changes, it doesn't sound like there's going to be an absolute versus a relative ECR. It sounds like it's going to take 5% relatively, which doesn't seem like much. Now, we'll have to get some clarification on this, because the way that they're looking at this is there will be no change to the ECR formula when ECR is above 50%, which takes about 70 battles in a day to reach. So with their basic calculations, they're already telling us that if you play the magic number of 70 battles or less, you should never feel this effect. And most people, if they're trying to maximize their ECR, are probably not going to play more than 30 battles to get down to like 70% and allow the day, the 25% recharge to go through and let them be almost at 100% the following day. So they're saying, we hope this change combined with the change in minimum rental times to 2 days should help to further reduce ECR-based exploits. So this is another major attack on bots. And I know I've been getting a lot of comments on the bot videos lately, but for me, it's an education and me trying to share that with you. But regardless of that, I want these exploits closed, right? Because I never looked at this and said we have a quote-unquote bot problem. We have an economy design problem. And I know that the team looks at it like that too, because they've never even thought once about banning bots. It's about fixing the way that the game is played and making sure that people who come in or accounts that come in can't exploit a certain area, right? And we've had that for a long time. So I know it feels tough for people who've just been burned by this, and especially with all the data coming out now. I get it. I am right there with you. I do not want or advocate for bot farms. But the thing is, if there is the incentive there, I do not blame people for going and trying to take advantage of it, right? That's the difference, because I'm just trying to understand what the appeal is. Now with this ECR update, I think that this is going to be a huge shift to try and keep people with their ECRs above 50% because they don't want to get penalized so much. Now, what may end up happening is that bots could come in and decide that they don't care about this and just roll with it. Or it could curb their behavior in a way where it reduces the amount that they play to something that is more similar to what a human being, a single person on an account could play, right? And the reason I say single person is because I could split my account with someone else and I take a 12-hour shift and they take a 12-hour shift and we're playing every hour or something like that. You know what I mean? So we could be our own bots, but the idea is on one account, you can't exploit it once you go below the 50% mark. And that is at least the hope. And I have to say that I am actually very happy with this change. I think this is not going to be perfect, but I think it's going to go a long way, and the team will take the data from there and start to tweak it. So to me, this is a big update. I think this is probably even bigger than the LP stuff, but let's go ahead and get into the LP rewards now. So the SPS airdrop is ending, and it looks as though these LP rewards are going to go live starting when the SPS airdrops ends. So this is going to be live on July 26th, a little more than a week away. I'm recording this on July 18th. So the main thing that they were talking about here is, let's see. So there's going to be an SPS LP rewards as well as a DEC LP rewards. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I'm so disappointed that there's going to be DEC LP rewards. I really understand it as they were never going to print any more DEC, but we'll get to that in a moment because you can see here they're planning to print 70 million of this stuff. SPS, for the most part, is pretty self-explanatory or pretty straightforward, I should say. There's going to be 7.5 million tokens, and this is all according to the SPS white paper, so nothing surprising here. The only new information that we are getting is how much is going to be going to which pools. So you're going to have one for PancakeSwap, which is the Binance Smart Chain main DEX there. You're going to have one for SushiSwap, which is the Ethereum DEX, surprisingly not Uniswap. I wonder why. And then you're going to also have Hive Engine, SPS Hive, and SPS and Hive on the Hive Engine pool. So those each are going to get 1.5 million, and then you're going to have 750K going to the SPS and DEC pool. And surprise, surprise, you are going to have 375,000 SPS per month going to the voucher Hive pool. This is actually one of my big takeaways from the town hall. But again, I'll adjust that because I was surprised to see that they were going to add in some type of holding utility for vouchers. So people aren't just dumping them on the market, and you now should technically have some kind of rewards for holding them and hoarding them, right? This is one of the reasons why I always sold my vouchers. I would, from the beginning, if I wasn't using them or if I wasn't interested in whatever, things that they had coming out, I would sell my vouchers and buy more SPS because at least SPS was getting me a return on itself and getting me more vouchers, right? It was getting me more SPS and more vouchers, whereas vouchers, sure, I could sit there, I could try to flip them, but that's just not my game, right? I just don't like doing that. So I'd rather have something working for me all the time. Well, now I can technically hold vouchers. Now, granted, with liquidity pools, keep in mind there's always impermanent loss risk, but at least you will have vouchers and Hive, which again, I can't say are going to be relatively stable next to one another, but there is an opportunity for you now to hold vouchers, and maybe it's something that's worthwhile. So this is going to leave 1.875 million SPS tokens per month from the overall pool to allocate to more pools in the future. So for example, if the team decides to launch SPS on Polygon or other chains or external markets. And so they're really big on this. They want to make sure that you guys understand that the amount that SPS is diluting is going to be reduced quite a bit. I maintain that it's not that much, but we're going to go through the numbers again here as officially given to us by the team. So right now, there's about 51 million SPS tokens per month. When the airdrop ends, that is going to remove 33 million, 0.333 per month. Now, over time, this isn't going to be all at once, but over time, the new pools that are planned to go live are going to be the one for the LP rewards, which they just detailed above. You're going to have ranked battle rewards. That's going to be 7.5 million. The validator nodes, that should go live in August as well at 3.75. And then the guild brawls, which should be 2.5. So once these are live, that will bring the total SPS minted per month to 37 million, which is approximately 27%. So it is a 27% reduction, but it's Agard was calling it a halving, and I'm just like 27% is not half, but I get where he's coming from. It's still an exciting time, and I'm not trying to get it into the semantics here. I'm glad that the airdrop is ending, and I think that this is going to be great. I don't think that it's going to have the intended effect right away, but ultimately, my big thing with SPS isn't about how much is coming out at a time. It's about what do people want it for? Do people want it? And are they willing to pay for it? Because right now they've been getting it for free, and they will continue to get it for free for the most part. But if you expect new players to come in or OG players to want more of it, you have to give them a reason to try to hoard more other than just speculating on the price, right? And again, sometimes speculation on the price might be enough, but usually that happens in a bull market, and we are not in a bull market. So what this doesn't account for is the fact that there's also going to be the 1.875 million tokens here, since this is only 5.625. So this will probably be closer to, we'll just call it 39 million. So I don't know what that decreases this to, but maybe a 24% reduction. Again, I'm not trying to say anything negative about this. I am glad the airdrop is over, and I'm excited to see where the new era of SPS goes in its second year. Now, the DEC rewards, they're going to be printing 70 million DEC per month. That's a lot. Guys, that is a lot. That's way more than I would have expected. Just like way more than I would have expected. My goodness. Now, the reason why I say this is a lot is because at PEG, DEC is supposed to print 1 million DEC per day, right? 1 million DEC per day at a value of $0.001 US. So in 30 days, that's supposed to print 30 million. Now they doubled the reward pool, so that jumped up to 60 million. But one thing that I don't think, and this is just my constructive criticism for the team, I don't think that was ever really communicated was how much was being printed in reward chests. Because I thought that reward chests were just coming out of the pools. But apparently that wasn't the case. And in a way, it made DEC infinitely inflationary because every time new players came into the game, the pool just added to itself, right? It was being printed essentially out of thin air and not according to the algorithm. So I feel like we're just learning that now, or at least I'm just learning that now. So maybe it's on me. But if you guys knew of this before, please let me know, because I read the white paper. There was nothing in there for that. Granted, they changed the way that the chests were done, and maybe they updated the white paper and I didn't read it. But again, it's one of those things where, for somebody like myself who likes to follow the tokenomics and understand the underlying, issuances and print rates, that one completely slipped by me until recently, when they've been talking about the DEC inflation issues and saying that the chests are essentially infinitely inflationary. So that's that. This is going to offer liquidity in same area. So PancakeSwap. This one does offer Uniswap on Ethereum. So it's going to be DEC and DAI, which is interesting. And you're going to get DEC and BUSD. So I like this because it allows you to get some rewards for holding what's relatively, the team is hoping to be a stable coin, right? And BUSD is a stable coin versus DEC. DEC is the stable coin that the team is hoping it will be, whereas BUSD is an actual stable coin. And then you got DAI here, which is another algorithmically based stable coin. But on Hive Engine, it's going to be the DEC Hive pool as well as the SPS and DEC pool. So 70 million will be split across there. So we're still going to be getting a ton of DEC. It's not going away. It's not going away at all. But that's that. And we'll see if there will be enough burning mechanisms. So maybe I got a little too bullish on DEC. And if that's the case, then I got a little too bullish on SPS too, because I thought there was going to be none coming in and we'd be burning SPS left and right. That would have been amazing. But since that's not happening, it's no longer amazing. Okay, the important note here is that the size of the pool is about 1/5 the size of the current amount of DEC being minted. So it is a significant reduction in the amount of DEC that is hitting the system every day, right? So additionally, liquidity is an incredibly important factor for the utility tokens and for allowing new money to come into the ecosystem. So we feel that this new inflation pool will add much more value than it extracts by incentivizing deep liquidity pools. Well, okay, this can go on forever. Keep in mind, because DEC, they print however much they want whenever they want. According to the white paper, SPS rewards are only going to go live or only going to last for 65 months. So that's 5.5 years. Now, what happens after those 5 months? Well, I'm sure the world will be in a much different place by then. I'm sure the game will be in a much different place. But my assumption would be that the DAO would probably allocate some funds for that. And whether it's the team or the SPS stakeholders, however it works, whoever proposes and votes on it, I think that is where things might potentially go for this in the long run. But DEC is essentially indefinite. Now, last thing, kind of in as a nice segue to that, is that the team is working on SPS governance voting, at least a simplified first version that once this is released, it will allow staked SPS holders to propose and vote on changes to the liquidity provider rewards, among many other things. I'm wondering why they talk specifically about their liquidity provider rewards, unless it's just referencing what was discussed in this post. But I would hope that there's a lot of things that we can propose as well as vote on as an SPS token holder and staker. So they're saying ideally the community of SPS staked SPS token holders will be able to decide how much in total SPS and DEC tokens are allocated to the LP rewards and the breakdown of those rewards between the various available pools. So for now, the team is saying that they collect feedback and do their best to listen to the community and make those changes. And to their credit, guys, think about how much is coming out, how many changes and how many things we've gotten since the end of May, right? I know. I was there with you. I was there with you from January to mid-May, and it was brutal because it was just like we were just waiting and promised so many things. But those things are happening now, and that does make me happy. That does make me very bullish on where things are heading in the game. We are getting ECR changes, we're getting focus changes, we're getting liquidity pool changes. There's a bunch of things happening now, and from the looks of it, or sounds of it, I should say, August is going to be yet another crazy month. Agro had mentioned this in the town hall, but I'll just say it now instead of in the town hall video. But August is going to be one of the biggest development months for them per Agro, right? So I'm excited for what's to come. I think that we are in a great time and place, and I know bear market, all this token prices are down, asset values are down, and I'm not saying that they're going to go up right away, but I am excited about where things are heading, and I do believe that we are finally starting to steer this gigantic ship in the right direction. The team finally has, somebody was triggered by this last time, but the team is firing on all cylinders, so I'm going to say it again to trigger them. The team is firing on all cylinders, and to me, that gives me a lot of confidence in their ability to not only survive in the bear market, but potentially even thrive if there is, maybe another metaverse or play to earn boom. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Just wanted to give you the updates. Let me know your thoughts, though. There's a lot to discuss here, and I would love to get your opinions and continue this conversation in the comment section below. So take care. I will catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game.